Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise
built on honor, backed by loyalty, and driven by real purpose. This isn't some flash-in-the-pan meme coin. This is a move.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Fair use, motherfucker. And you're gonna fucking see, motherfucker, believe me.
What it is, all you gotta do what you gotta do, and I didn't have the best tonight. Yeah, where does it leave you with Jersey Jerry? I wish him the best in his career, I really do. And what about with Rico Bosco? If I had a chance, I'd kill him and snap in his neck. Hey, how about this? You're always a gambling guy first. Anything that you got on your mind as far as picks coming up, what do you like on the board? Connecticut's gonna fucking kill St. Bonaventure tomorrow. Oh, wow, put that in. Put that in, you know, I'm taking that. Yeah, I'll take that. Out of respect. Yeah. And here's Jerry.
Days are over. Nobody's scared of you. You're just another dude in America. You know, Dominic, I think it's funny. You always talk about you go to Patsy's. How come you don't ever go to the one in Harlem? How come when you went to New York, you walk down, what was that, Mulberry Street? What was it, 6 a.m., Dominic? The birds were still chirping. It was so early. The fucking street sweeper was out. It was so early. How come you don't go to those locations during the day? How come you don't announce when you're going? Dominic, you've tried this braggadocious, tough guy stuff. No offense, dude. You pulled the trigger. Who the fuck cares? That ain't a tough guy, dude. A tough guy. You know what a tough guy is, Dominic? Truthfully? A tough guy in your life, in that world, and there's really only one of them, Dominic. Sadly, you'll never be this person. You have to live with what you are, a rat. You have to look every day in the mirror and understand that when the going got tough, the big tough guy that you were, guess what you did? You ran and told on your friends. And then you sit on here and try to give every excuse in a book why you did it. We all know why you didn't do it, Dominic. You didn't want to go to prison, period. The only thing that makes you a tough guy in that life, and look, I'm not celebrating those people either. I'm not trying to tell anybody they should go into that world. We all know that's a bad life. The only tough guys, though, Dominic, are the people that live that life. And then when the handcuffs get put on and they tell you got 100 years, all right, is what it is. Those are the only tough guys, man. Not some guy who kills some jogger while he's walking his dog. That's what you did. Remember? Frank Santoro. And let's be honest, Tom, who did you really kill? Frank Santoro, a guy walking his dog, or Randy Pizzola, some contractor who might have said a bad word once in a while? Well, okay, great. Wow, you're some big killing machine. You're a person who stole from society to benefit yourself, and then to make it worse and to make it even more laughable, when it got tough, you told on everyone. And now America has to deal with you, and you have to pretend to be one of us. You're not, Dominic. You're a peon and drain on society. You've always been one. And now you sit here on the internet and go to scams that you know are not regulated. You know nothing will happen. And you do it because this is how you steal now. You've stolen your whole life from everybody. That's who you are. That's the tough guy you are. And Dominic, I've heard you say, he's too scared to come on my channel. Well, Dominic, number one, that's not true. I would gladly come on at any point. In fact, I would do it live if you want. I don't mind giving you views. Who cares? My face just gets in front of more people. But here's one thing, Dominic, that I know you won't ever do. You will never come on this channel. You know better than that. You know that I got the goods. I'm not like all these other people. Dominic, when I talk, people listen. When I go on Twitter and post about you, people listen. That's the difference between me and all of these people on here. No offense, but none of them have the reach I do. Outside of Michael. I mean, Michael has a bigger reach than me, probably. In certain circles. But you don't want to do that with me. And I will say, as you know, before we get into the end of this video, this is the mic drop on you. This is the downfall of you. Let's continue.
I sat down with Michael. I think we had really good chemistry, bouncing things off of each other, going back and forth. And I sat down with him and his family when they were in Florida, went out to dinner, took us out to dinner, my wife and myself. Really nice time.
So another free dinner, this time with your wife. Michael takes you out. I'm sure he took you to a nice restaurant. I'm sure you weren't eating at Cracker Barrel. And this is the thanks Michael gets. Another a pattern of well wishes from Dominic. Gets a free meal. Someone treats him nice. And this is the thanks they get. Dominic goes on his platform and trashes you for some nonsense. Unbelievable. Some friend.
Really nice time. Class act, without a doubt. But sometimes I find things strange. I find things weird. I heard. Now, Michael knows about OCN, the crypto. And when...
Okay, Dominic, we're going to talk about what you call a crypto. Dominic, you're not a crypto. You're not a stable coin backed by utilities and
in play.
All sorts of other things. A crypto is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, USDC, stable, right? You are a shit coin, okay? You are down here. They are way up here. You're like Shaq. A Bitcoin is like the top of Shaq's head. You're 60 feet below the earth in shit and piss. That's where you are with your coin. Dominic, you have no intrinsic value, okay? Even, let's just say even like a Trump coin, right? That's a meme coin. Trump coin was backed by utility. It was backed by a big name. If Cristiano Ronaldo released a coin, you know, he promoted it, it would go big. You know, it has some intrinsic value. They'll go through the things that you need to do that. Dominic, you're not a coin. You're not stable. There's nothing about you that's stable. Meme coins are inherently risky. They're probably the biggest risk you have. In fact, you literally can't really make money when you produce a meme coin unless you rug it. So you're not a coin, Dominic.
We were doing the relaunch starting. I told Michael, listen, I'm doing the relaunch. He says, okay, no problem. Text me back.
Okay, so let's go into actually what you did. So you wanted him to produce and promote a relaunch of a coin that you didn't tell anyone. The previous coin you had, you didn't tell anyone that you were relaunching. You just did it. And weirdly enough, a lot of the liquidity went into wallets that we connected to you. And then you got caught. And then it was all of a sudden you were doing a relaunch, of which you still haven't airdropped people what you told them you'd airdrop. And even if you did, the coin is massively under where it should be. Now, the first coin you had, Dominic, what did we see? We saw a pattern of very concerning things that show us that what the coin actually wasn't what it was. Okay. Number one, it had no intrinsic value. Okay. It's not like you're some really powerful, popular guy. No, you're really just a half a wise guy 20 years ago who cooperated and came to YouTube, inflated his following to make it look like he had a lot of followers when he didn't. You did the same thing with your coin. In fact, Dominic, we now know that after the fact, you used bots to make the value look inherently better than it was. You made it look like it was gold when it was actually pure cow shit. That's really what you did.
Vodka.
You beat something up to make it look good when it was really nothing. You put makeup on a pig, quite honestly. You discussed an investment from Dubai. That's never happened. You made it look like all these powerful people had interest in it when in reality there was no one. In fact, the people that are behind this coin, a person called Benny Finner, he's actually been arrested for fraud. When another person behind it, you know who else is behind this coin? Giuseppe Gambina, another cooperator. Dominic, why don't you tell us who's actually behind this coin? What about all the, investment? We're going to make this a utility. What about the game? What about all the crap you promised, the shopping, the bookmaking? Let me ask you, Dominic, you do know that it's illegal to take bets, right? You should not be doing that. You're not in the mafia. You shouldn't be doing that even in the mafia. Wonder if the regulated body of Florida or whatever state you're looking to do this in, wonder what they would say about an illegal gambling operation you're looking to produce through a meme coin. Do you think that would work, Dominic? You also locked people for 6 months from selling this coin. Why do you think he did that, folks? Because look at what happened on his new coin when he didn't lock everyone from selling. Everybody is selling. What are we missing here? And Dominic, it's funny. Over the last couple of weeks, your second coin is completely tanked. I'm starting to notice and hear some things. According to an outside source that I have, he is getting me proof that some of the wallets that have liquidated all of the relaunched coin, it's concerning because it's possible they belong to you, Dominic, or people connected to you. We would hate to find that out, wouldn't we? This coin was propped up with fake news to make it look like it was something when it really was a pig with makeup on. It was gold. It was made to look like gold, but really shit. That's what it was, Dominic, unfortunately. And your promotion of this coin contributed to that. If you didn't get involved, you wouldn't be at fault here. Now, I'm not sure why you're still sticking up for the people behind this coin. And I've heard some stories about that Benny guy you talk about. I heard some of the things he's involved in. I won't put him out there, but I've heard about him. Now, let's go back to what you just said. You wanted Dominic, or you wanted Michael to promote this. Dominic, let me ask you, and I don't think we even need to see any more of this video, because what Dominic will eventually do in this video is he'll bash Michael for not standing up for him. They were talking about on Michael's show the concerning skepticism surrounding crypto and why it's a risky investment, especially meme coins and stuff. Look, if you invest in USDC, it's extremely stable. Okay. When you invest in some shit coin on Phantom, that's risky. It could be rugged at any time.
Dominic,
we've seen people like Hawk Tua. We've seen all sorts of people get rugged. It seems like you probably have a lot of yes men around you. Be involved in promoting something that turns into that's a great. Yeah. This is how it is.
Knock it off, bro. Stop it. Stop it, man. Someone's got to tell you, bro. It's not good. It's not good. At all.
Check this out. I'm gonna do this motherfucking shit a cappella. Bottom feeders tell it straight. Want me on their show to debate. Trying to bait me, claiming false facts. Former capo won't react. Senses too sharp, I'm way too keen. Never beat me in your wildest dreams. Stop grinding my coattails. I know you held that pocket when you in jail. Coleslaw, whipped cream, ready to mix. Silly rabbit, I eat tricks. Haters wanna be podcasters, you bitches a joke. Mafia round